Welcome to Connie's Clever Concepts. Today we're going to look at the second part of the chapter on people pleasing to people challenging. And so often on our teams or at work or wherever we are, we end up trying to please people instead of challenging. And last week we left off in this chapter with learning to put your expectations up front, so that you can avoid a little bit of conflict. People can know what to expect. And that goes back to my niche, and that's communication, right? So put the expectations up front so that people can know what you expect from them. All right, so first thing I'm gonna look at today is when you're giving advice or when there's a big conflict, this kind of goes both ways, is always learn to look at it from the middle. Don't look at it just from your side, look at it from their side also. Always, in every situation, think, how would I deal with this? If I was in their place, how would I act? What would I think? How would I deal with it? Also think, what else could be wrong with this person? Are they overloaded with too much work? Do they have a stressful situation going on at home? Is there something else going on with them that makes them act a little different than they usually do, producing conflict? All right. So when giving advice or there's a big conflict, remember to look at it from the middle, look at both sides, and also always remember, how would I feel if I was in that same position, right? And if there is great conflict and you're having challenges with this, think, could it be me? Am I doing something that could be causing a challenge here? Am I stressed? Is there something extra going on with me? All right, sometimes you have to have the tough conversations. It might be because you have to, because it's in your work, or it might be because you care. And so here are some tips whenever you are having to have a tough conversation. Number one is always have a good attitude yourself. Remember your tone of voice, your body language. People can tell how you're feeling, right? And so remember that your attitude is number one as you start. Remember to state the issue clearly up front and in the beginning. Sometimes people start to beat around the bush and they talk about this side and that side, and they never really get around to the point of why they're actually having that conversation. Be sure and ask about their perspective. So once you brought it up, ask about their perspective and how they feel about it. Repeat back to them what they say to you so they know that you are listening. Always keep eye contact and pay total attention. No distractions. Whenever there's distractions and you lose eye contact with somebody, it makes people feel not important, right? Ask questions and be sure for them to respond. That means you have to be quiet and listen. Come to an agreement. Hopefully it's a positive agreement. You want to keep your relationships positive at all times. And remember our earlier note about thinking in the middle and how would I feel if I was in this situation. That really helps. And one thing is, people remember how you make them feel. They remember how you make them feel, not always what you said. So remember how you made them, how you made them feel. All right, so whether it's a new idea or whether it's life change, many people resist change. And it's hard to please everyone, and it's impossible when you're the leader to please everyone. So new idea, life change, whatever it is, here's one of Maxwell's formulas that I thought, I had not seen it before, and I thought, this is great. It is 25, 50, 25. 25%, 50%, and 25%. It is this. When you challenge a group of people, 25% of the people, they are always going to be right behind you. Whatever you say, this is if you're a good leader, right? They're going to be behind you. Whatever you say, they're going to follow. They might not even ask any questions. They are just there to follow you. All right. And then the next part is 50% of the people, they'll listen to the information and then they're going to have to think about it and make their own decision. They may even have to acquire some more information. And this doesn't always mean that you've lost these people. It just means they don't automatically follow and they have to think on their own. And that's an okay quality, right? Now, the one thing you want to do, the next group of people is the bottom 25% of people. These are the people who are not going to support you. They're not going to support you. They're kind of the squeaky wheel. I speak of that every so often. They're the less credible group. Maybe they don't add value to the group. They're hard to please. You cannot please these people. And so do not focus on the bottom 25%, right? Focus on the top 25% of people. Allow them to share their ideas, to speak, and listen to them, and allow that top 25% of people to also help you influence that 50%. Help have that 25% of your top people that are following and supporting you to help you with the next 50% and influence them. You might be able to get half of those or 60% of that 50%, right? But keep your 25%, the lower people who are hard to deal with, keep them away from the other 75%, because they're typically going to want to interject negativity and problems, and you can't please everybody, right? So you're working on learning to challenge people. Let's look at what kind of levels there are. There are 5 levels of leadership according to John Maxwell. The first one is position. You have the position and people follow you because you have the position. Your title might be manager or president, and people have to follow you, and you have position. And that's the first level of leadership. The second one is permission. And that is due to relationships and influence that you have in people, and they want to follow you. So now they don't just have to follow you, but they want to follow you. The third is production. And this is based on results. You have led and you have had results. And so you've helped grow the team. And because you've helped grow the team, the people follow you on this level. Then the number 4 level is people development. You are not only a leader, but you help develop other people. We remember people who help us learn things, develop things, learn different concepts, help us personally develop. We remember those people, and that is the number 4, people development. Then the 5th one is pinnacle, and this is based on respect. It's that level above 4, which is people development, is the level above, and it's pinnacle, based on respect. You have helped others become a level 4 leader themselves. So the 5th level of leadership is when you develop other leaders and you're lifting people. You want people to like you on the team, and you want to add value to the team, right? But you cannot always please people. And sometimes you have to challenge people with love and caring, right? Lovingly challenge people, be upfront, let them know what you expect, put those expectations up front. And sometimes you do have to confront people, watch your own attitude, do it with a caring attitude, and don't fret about that bottom 25% of people. Decide what level of leader you will be and work towards that. And that's today's Connie's Clever Concepts blog. And I hope you'll pass this on to others if this has been a good thing for you. We'll be moving to the next chapter next week, so be sure and look for that blog on Thursday or Friday. Thanks.